I'm Kristel Ritchie, and I'm the facility manager at Rutland Parent Participation Preschool Society. At its core, it's about accessibility. The Rutland Parent Participation Preschool began as part of a greater movement of parent co-ops that actually started in 1916 in Chicago. Groups of mothers got together so that they could have a cooperative preschool program for their children, and it took root really quickly and became a greater movement by the 1940s. It was really popular and hit its peak in the 80s, which brings us to life. We came around in 1983, and at the time it was really, really well known. It was quite well heralded in the community, and there were several of them. And when I came on board, we were the last one, at least in the Okanagan Valley, and they have been slowly dying out. So we, in 2022, went back to our roots to really reassess what it looked like to be accessible and inclusive in a post-pandemic world, which brings us to you guys, because that's when we reached out. When we connected with you, we were in the middle of this total rebrand where we were going from what inclusion maybe looked like back in 1983 to a very different landscape where inclusion looks more like how can we support the parents. Parent participation looks more like having the opportunity to be there as opposed to it being mandatory or a chore. And so as we were revisiting how we were going to make that possible, we needed funding. And we were recommended to reach out to you guys. So when we did, at first we had to work through a lot of hurdles, but you guys were really patient every step of the way. The first year, I think we broke even on our grant, but it wasn't a loss because we had a whole year of success there behind us where we'd gotten the grant at all because we didn't qualify the year before at all due to financial reasons and bookkeeping errors that from before my time. And it was amazing to have you guys be able to just explain everything to us as we were going along. So yeah, really empowering. I was really nervous on top of trying to create a new path for our program. I needed funding and I had no idea how to write these grant applications or how to qualify or what a high level plan looked like. And I felt like I was being taken care of by professionals every step of the way. Like there was, no time did I think, oh, do these guys know what they're talking about? Everything came back to me so much more polished and it was like picked out of my brain. And I loved that. So most recently, we just received an $11,400 grant, and that was from the Community Gaming Grant Fund. So that's going to allow us to really bolster and support the quality programming we're able to currently offer, and hopefully just continue to expand as we have been. Before that, we had your guys' support with another grant that is just hitting its 1 year now, and it's really transformed so many more layers of our program than we thought. It was a community education garden, and everybody loves it. The community around us, outside of our community, talks about it and loves it, which is amazing. So the ripple effects of what we've been able to do with such a well-targeted partnership, because some of my ideas were like, oh, I like this and I like this, and Kathleen was able to say, well, what about this? Because you guys have been writing them for so long. It was nice. It was been lovely, and I can't say enough about the benefits even outside of the money. Absolutely. Again, like it's the best investment that we made that year. It cost less than getting our taxes done, and we learned more about us from an external perspective, how we were viewed by another company, and some of the research that you guys came back to us with really actually helped influence our daily programming. One of the stats for our community garden was that we had 23% of the demographic and catchment for our school didn't have a yard anymore because of all the apartments and condos. And we realized how important it is to give them more than just the 20 minutes outside in a preschool program. Like, we already follow that philosophy, but it really hit home for us that, like, hey, a quarter of our kids are going home to maybe a patio, and that's it. So how do we let them touch grass and experience, just being in nature with the limited time we've got? And so it really made that a critical focus for us this year.